You might think this is just a story about a shepherd and his sheep. But if you listen carefully till the end, you'll realize this is actually a story about people, trust, and how easily truth can be destroyed without a single fight. So stay with it, because the ending changes everything. Once upon a time, in a quiet valley far away from the noise of the world, there lived a shepherd. He was not rich, not famous, not powerful, just a simple man who spent every single day taking care of his sheep. To him, every sheep mattered. Every sheep had its own behavior, its own rhythm, its own place in the flock. But among all of them, there was one sheep he trusted the most. It never disobeyed. It never ran away. It always stayed close, always followed the shepherd's voice. Slowly, the shepherd began to feel something he didn't even question. This one is different, he thought. This one is loyal. So he gave it more freedom than the others, more attention, more care, sometimes even more trust than it actually deserved. But what he didn't realize was simple. The ones we trust the most are not always the ones we understand the most. As time passed, something started happening in silence. Every night, when the shepherd fell asleep and the world became completely quiet, that same trusted sheep would return to the flock. And in the darkness, it would begin to speak, softly, calmly, repeatedly. The shepherd doesn't care about us, it would whisper. He only feeds us so one day he can take us away. At first, the other sheep ignored it. They turned their heads away. They continued their routine. But the voice didn't stop. Night after night, same words, same message, same doubt. And slowly, something started to change. Because doubt doesn't arrive loudly. It arrives quietly and stays. At first they questioned it. Then they thought about it. Then they started to believe it. And once belief changes, everything changes. The shepherd, unaware of anything, continued his life as usual. He fed them every morning, protected them from danger, guided them through the fields. From his side, nothing had changed. But from inside the flock, everything had changed. Whispers became conversations. Conversations became suspicion. And suspicion slowly turned into fear. Then one morning, the shepherd opened the gate like always and led them out. But this time, something was wrong. The sheep hesitated. They didn't move forward like before. They stopped, and then they turned, not toward the field, but toward him. In a sudden wave of confusion and fear, the entire flock attacked the very person who had protected them their whole lives. There was no reason in his eyes, no logic in the moment, just betrayal, without explanation. And far away, just beyond the hill, one sheep stood still, watching everything, silent, calm, almost like it had been waiting for this moment. It was the same sheep he trusted the most. And now the truth was clear. Because influence doesn't always come with force. Sometimes it comes with repetition. Sometimes it comes with patience. Sometimes it comes from someone who is close enough to be trusted, but hidden enough to never be questioned. Later, when everything went silent again, the valley didn't feel the same. Not because of what happened outside, but because of what changed inside. This is not just a story about sheep. It's a story about people. About how easily trust can be shaped, how easily opinions can be planted, and how quickly truth can be replaced with something that only sounds true. Because in real life, betrayal doesn't always look like an attack. Sometimes it looks like conversation. Sometimes it looks like concern. Sometimes it looks like someone just sharing their thoughts. And by the time you realize what's happening, the damage is already done. So protect your truth, protect your circle, and be aware of something important. Not every enemy stands in front of you. Some stand beside you and slowly change everything from within.